Welcome back. Today, we're gonna make this look like this. That's right, we're going into tonkatsu today. Thanks for coming back. This is Cooking with Sappy. Today, we're gonna be doing tonkatsu. And tonkatsu is just a deep fried pork cutlet, but it's Japanese style. So stay until the end and I'll show you what exactly a tonkatsu meal looks like. Let's get started.
All you need is all-purpose flour, eggs, panko or breadcrumbs, MSG, salt, pepper, and pork chops or pork steaks. All right, next, take your knife and get one of those beautiful steaks. Just make nice little cuts or incisions into the fat of the steak. Now, the reason we're doing this is because when we do end up cooking the steak, the fat's going to shrink up and it's going to change the shape of our steak. But if we make incisions like this, it's going to keep the shape of the steak and it's going to make it nice and flat. So let's just do the same process one more time on our other steak, just like so. All right, now we've got both of these cut up. And what we want to do next is take our meat hammer or meat tenderizer and just hit the meat. What we're doing here is making the meat nice and tender. When we cook it, it should be a lot softer. So remember to do this and don't forget to flip it over, just like so. Now that we've tenderized our meat, what we're going to do is season. Remember to season with our salt, pepper, and MSG. MSG looks like this. If you can find this in your store, it is Ajinomoto in Japanese. And it gives a good umami flavor. Don't be afraid, this actually adds a lot of flavor to your food. So season generously. Next, we're going to take our meat and put it in our flour. And I've already pre-seasoned this with salt, pepper, and MSG. We're going to put it into our egg. And then finally, we're going to move it on to our panko, or panko in Japanese. All this is breadcrumb, so just looks like this. It's pretty coarse, and if you can't find panko or panko in your supermarket, all you have to do is just take day-old bread and just grate it along cheese grater like this. It should give you the same effect of the panko that we have here today. So let's get started. We're gonna dredge our meat in our flour. Let's take our first pork cutlet or pork steak and put it in the flour. I'm just going to mix this up just a little bit more and let's speed this up a little bit. Now remember, when you're dredging your meat, you want to make sure that everything is covered in flour. It means all of the sides and all of the little nooks and crannies. And that's going to be very important when we put it into the egg because it will make the egg stick to the flour a lot better. And that's also going to be important when we're putting it into the panko. You might also hear panko or just simply breadcrumbs. But with this too, make sure that you cover the pork completely with the panko and make sure to really crush it in there. Don't be afraid to touch the meat. Make sure you get all the breadcrumbs everywhere on this pork. That is going to be really essential for a nice crispy tonkatsu. So make sure you cover it just like this. Once you're finished, just put it off to the side. After we're finished with this, what we're going to start getting ready is our oil. Start to get the oil nice and heated. What we want to aim for is about 170 degrees to 108 degrees Celsius, just like this. I'm at 173. I had to take it away pretty quickly because the thermometer was going to go down very, very fast. And after that, we're just going to take our tonkatsu and we're going to put it right into the oil. Now remember, when you're deep frying anything, remember to lay it away from you. Right now it looks like I'm laying it towards the camera, but lay it away from you. This way you're not going to splatter oil all over yourself. That's going to be really important. Now these steaks also were a little bit bigger than I expected. Remember not to overcrowd your Dutch oven or any pot or pan that you're deep frying in. Remember to have some space. This way everything's going to cook evenly. This is about 5 minutes later, and now you can see that we have a nice golden color to our tonkatsu. And simply we're going to take it out of the pot and we're going to let this rest just for a little while. Now, the reason we're taking it out and resting for a while is because we are actually going to deep fry this twice. This way we're going to ensure a nice crispy tonkatsu. And while we let it rest, it's actually going to continue cooking. So remember, don't leave it in too long. You might burn the panko, and also you're going to overcook your pork. By letting it rest and cooking, you're also going to ensure that the tonkatsu is going to be nice and juicy. So this was round number 1. So let's go into round number 2. This is about 5 minutes after we took them out of the oil. And again, we're going to deep fry them for about another 5 minutes. There we go. Ah, love that sound. And now we're going to move on to the next part. Your tonkatsu should look something like this now. We're just going to put this off to the side. We want to let that excess oil drip off. We want to let it continue to cook. And we're going to move on to the next part of our tonkatsu dish, which is our cabbage salad. In this hand, I have a mandolin, and in this hand, I have 1/4 of a head of cabbage. So if you don't have a mandolin, you should get one because this is going to make your cabbage salad totally uniform. And it's very easy. All you have to do is take your cabbage and just slide it across the mandolin. It's going to be these beautifully even slices of cabbage just like I had right there. And all you have to do is spend about 10 seconds and you have enough salad for your meal. Just like this. I'm going to take my plate and I'm just going to put the cabbage that we've already washed and put it onto the plate here. So I have my rice and I have my cabbage. They're ready. It looks like this. So all we're going to do now is I'm going to take my cutting board, cabbage, and mandolin. I'm going to take it and wash it off. And now that it's washed off, we're going to take our tonkatsu and cut it up. Now, when you're cutting up your tonkatsu too, what you want to do is have the ends cut like this, nice and small, and then just cut everything pretty uniformly so you can eat them with a fork or chopsticks, just like so. But again, please cut the ends of your katsu like this. And then I'm just going to slide my knife under here like so, and just throw it on my plate. So it looks nice. And here you are. This is a tonkatsu meal. You have your tonkatsu, you have your cabbage salad, and rice. It's pretty well balanced. But we're not finished just yet. Let's just clear off this table real quick. And finally, we need to add some stuff to our meat and our salad. So, typically with tonkatsu, there's a barbecue-like sauce on top, or mayonnaise, or really anything you like to have on pork. But in Japan, it's a barbecue-like sauce. On your cabbage salad, it's any dressing you like. So whatever you want. Here we are. I'm going to use this barbecue sauce, and I'm just going to put it off to the side. Sometimes we use horseradish mustard, or mayonnaise, or kimchi, but basically you're going to have barbecue sauce with it. Just like this.
So all we have to do now is try it. Let's see what it's like. The end pieces are usually the best. That was good. All right, until next time. Bye.